Hi everyone, and welcome back to this week's video. This week I'm going to talk about how to gain agreement properly when we're doing work for our customers. Not a really sexy topic, but it's very important, okay? It's been March Madness lately, basketball and at our shops. And a couple things have happened recently that really made me think that we should talk about this. So why? Why should we get? Why should we find it so important to gain agreement properly? Well, first of all, it creates transparency with our customers. Transparency with our customers is very important. Customers want to know that what we say that we're going to do is going to happen. And when we're very clear about that and we make sure they understand it very clearly and we gain agreement with them, it takes things to a higher level. It takes our business to a higher level, higher than the handshake thing, which is good in its own right, but it just takes it to a more professional level. Also legally, if we run into problems later, legally we really need to make sure that everything is signed off on and we've got agreement gained properly. So how do we do that? Well, first of all, we need to get a signature on everything. We need to get a signature when the customer comes in to authorize us to look at the vehicle. We need to have a signature on any work that's agreed upon by the customer while they are there. So if they're not there, we need to have the verbal agreement over the phone updated in RO Writer. Very simple step to do. And I've not been very good at this myself, so I'm not like trying to come all down from this area of like I've been perfect at this and this is what I do. This is something I need to work on as well. It's just something that recently has come up that brought it to my attention that it's going to be a little more serious. So why is this important? Okay, so it really just main reason it's important is it really does cover us when there's bogus problems. Okay, so a couple stories here. So we recently had a customer that agreed to a job and they even paid for everything through EasyPay. They went through the entire step through EasyPay. So there were signatures because there were e-signatures through EasyPay. But for some reason, we didn't have a signed authorization work order at the shop and the customer had left and said they were going to come back the next day. And since we did not get a signed work order, we weren't really able to hold them to that. They went home, talked to, I was a parent, I believe, and decided not to have the work done, and it left things kind of in a weird spot afterwards. So we had to refund their EasyPay money, okay? So we lost $1,000. We've had multiple Midas card disputes, and this is just in the Western region. We've had multiple Midas card disputes lately, and those are stemming from, most likely from people not thinking that the work wasn't done properly. It's them not wanting to necessarily pay the bill. We've all thought of it, we've all wanted to try it, but very seldom does anyone ever actually do it. But we've had some ones recently where people just, I think they didn't want to pay their bill, and luckily on one of the instances we did have a signature, on another one we did not, but we did get confirmation after speaking with them that they did want the work and it was some other weird dispute. But either way, the fact that we had the signature on the one we're covered, signature on the other one that not, that could come back to give us a problem, okay? Also, we had a recent refund of a customer. And a customer basically just demanded that they have their money back, all of their money back, on a situation where, we didn't really do anything wrong at all. We didn't guarantee them anything in their situation because we were trying to solve a problem that was a little difficult to solve, a noise issue. And when it was all said and done, lo and behold, the noise issue is still there, the exact same one. And this customer, was not very happy about that and made a really big deal out of it. And we didn't have a signature on the work anywhere that could have maybe held us up later if there would have been some sort of legal problem to hold them to that payment. And anyway, long story short, signatures really need to be had for multiple reasons. Some other information that's important to have when it comes to something like a refund. don't be so quick to refund somebody. Sometimes when you refund somebody immediately, for one, they're setting you up. They're trying to set you up for a situation where they're just trying to get their money back. They might be teaching others the type of trick that they did to you. And maybe they were just trying to get something even though they knew they may or may not. Either way, don't be so quick to give that refund. I would recommend that you let a supervisor handle it. And honestly, as a supervisor, if it went over our head, we are just going to turn it into somebody above us who's going to help guide us in the right direction. So it's one of those things where we're really hard to make that money, and we don't want to immediately just turn around and give it away to somebody just because things aren't 100% exactly the way they hoped and imagined and dreamed that they would be. And along those lines, don't be making any bold promises that you may or may not be able to keep. Try to make sure that when you are talking to people about their vehicle and what they need and what we're going to do for them, make sure that you don't make some overbearing, bold promise that you can't keep. Okay? So, last note on this really is on the flip side of all that. Always take care of your legitimate customers. If there's a legitimate concern where we messed up, there's a problem, a defective part, whatever it is, please do make sure that ultimately our customers get taken care of. And the easiest way to do that is to make sure and let them know that you'll get it taken care of. Talk directly with your supervisor and make sure they understand exactly what's going on with the situation, and we will get them taken care of. So no real challenge to you other than let's make sure we start getting agreements gained properly and by signature from now on to protect ourselves. All right, good luck. Thank you very much.